What happens in your brain in the last 10 seconds before you fall asleep? For decades, scientists thought the brain slowly drifted into sleep, a gradual taper into unconsciousness. They were wrong. In 2025, researchers discovered something surprising. Your brain doesn't drift off, it plummets, like diving off a cliff. One moment you're awake, the next, your brain has crossed a point of no return. This is what happens in those final moments. Scientists from Imperial College London analyzed EEG data from over 1,000 volunteers. They mapped every second of what they call sleep distance, how long it takes your brain to fall asleep. Here's what they found. When you close your eyes, brain activity stays relatively stable. Then, in the final minutes before sleep, there's a sudden tipping point. Brain activity plunges. Not gradually, abruptly. The average time between this tipping point and actual sleep is about 4.5 minutes. But here's the kicker. The researchers could predict exactly when someone would fall asleep with 95% accuracy just by watching this tipping point in their brain activity. In the last 10 seconds, that decline accelerates even faster. Your brain is no longer drifting, it's falling. Not all parts of your brain shut down at the same time. The back of your brain, the occipital cortex, responsible for processing what you see, starts powering down earlier than the front. In those final seconds, your brain's higher-level thinking regions start to disconnect. Studies show a decoupling of the default mode network, the system that handles self-reflection and daydreaming. The posterior cingulate cortex takes the lead, transmitting slow delta and theta waves to other regions, effectively pulling the whole system down. Meanwhile, your brain's response to sound changes almost instantly. Research on animals showed that within just 3.2 seconds of falling asleep, the brain's response to clicks and sounds shifted dramatically. Your hearing doesn't disappear, it just starts ignoring things. By the last 10 seconds, your brain is no longer processing the world around you, it's processing itself. Here's where it gets strange. That limbo state right before sleep is called hypnagogia. It's a transitional phase where dreamlike experiences start bleeding into wakefulness. A 2026 study from the Paris Brain Institute found that dreamlike mental states aren't confined to sleep. They can occur while you're awake. The researchers identified 4 distinct mental states during sleep onset, including bizarre imagery like seeing aliens or ants on your skin and hyper-awareness of your surroundings. In the last 10 seconds before sleep, your brain starts generating this content even though you're still technically awake. EEG readings show reduced long-range connectivity between the front and back of your brain. Lucid reasoning gives way to vivid sensations, the world outside fades, and your brain starts playing its own movie. You've probably experienced this. A random image flashing in your mind, a fragment of conversation that doesn't make sense. Your brain's creative engine is turning on, while your awareness is turning off. So what actually happens in the final seconds? Brainwave activity changes rapidly, beta waves, alertness drop, delta waves, deep sleep, surge. One analysis of the sleep onset period found it's characterized by a ratio of beta to delta activity, and this ratio shifts dramatically in the moments just before sleep. In the last 10 seconds, your brain's electrical activity enters a cascade. The parametric resonance model suggests that brain waves energize each other in a chain reaction, higher frequency waves powering lower ones like dominoes falling as sleep takes over. Then, suddenly, you cross the tipping point. The plummets completes. Your brain is asleep. And here's something wild. Studies on mice show that individual brain regions can switch states independently, brief moments where one part of the brain is asleep while another is awake. So in those final seconds, your brain might not even be in sync with itself. The last 10 seconds, they're chaos. Beautiful, silent chaos. You don't drift off to sleep, you fall. In the last 10 seconds, your brain disconnects, enters a dreamlike state, and plunges through a tipping point. And you don't even notice. That's the strangest part. Next time you're lying in bed, pay attention. You might just catch yourself falling.